Hello my friends and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about the Next Level Racing FGT. I already reviewed this seat in the past and I was very impressed with certain aspects of it. It has been almost a year since the last review has been done, and since that moment a lot of rigs have been reviewed, and with the experience I have gathered, it seems a good moment to re-evaluate this seat. A trait of this seat is that the seating position can be changed between GT and Formula 1, and while I primarily used the GT position for the last review, I now focus more on the Formula 1 setup. Configuration wise, I think this is one of the better seats out there. There are two parts again, on the fly part, which is just the inclination of the seat, and all the rest is to be done with the tools that are provided. To add for the on the fly part, the seat also comes standard with seat rails, and that give you about 13 cm of gliding space forwards and back. It also features a backrest that can be set in 3 different angles. The pedals can move 5 to 10 cm depending on where the support for the wheelbase holders are attached. They can be tilted into an angle of 45 degrees and can be placed higher for the Formula mode or resting on the floor for the GT mode. The supports for the wheelbase holder have a large radius and can be attached over a travel of 28 cm on the frame. Again, depending on where you fix the pedals and if you use the shifter holder. The plate holding the wheelbase can be tilted up and down in 5 different angles to accommodate for both F1 and GT positions. In the F1 position, the seat measures 170 cm in length and 50 cm wide. With the gear shift holder attached, this will add another 12 cm. In GT mode, it will approximately be 160 cm in length. For build quality, again, this is a very solid rig, very well made. The only thing that I can say is that, for the configuration, it slides into 2 slots into the frame, and these are prone to metal deformation. If you tighten the bolt too much, it might deform the metal. That's the only thing that I can really say, which is not that good. It is a line that you can draw through the entire lineup of Next Level Racing. They really make very sturdy material, and this is no exception. Because of the steel frame, it stays well into place. The wheelbase holder is rated for direct drive systems and has a minimum of flex when I tested it with the Fanatec CSL Elite. The pedals, because I mounted them very high on the frame, do tend to flex a bit more, but I would argue that this still falls under acceptable parameters, and I'm sure that if you mount them a bit lower or even on the floor, that this is negligible. The seating area is okay. The backrest is a bit flimsy, but this is noticeable in many seats featuring an adjustable backrest. The used plastic for the seat is thick enough and seems durable. The matte black paint used is fairly scratch resistant, but of course in the configuration areas it will be damaged. In the key areas being the supports for the wheelbase plate and the backrest, pre-drilled holes are implemented, and the rest can be tightened firmly with bolts, washers and nuts. This makes the whole feel very sturdy. The rig rests on a set of adjustable plastic feet, and there was no issue in stabilizing it. Features. This is a very strong point of this seat. So when it is delivered in the base package, you have the cable binders, you have the shift holder, you have the seat rails, you have the inclination of the seat. And the list continues with a lumbar support cushion, all the necessary tools and bolts to attach your hardware, and even a butt kicker holder. It is without any doubt the seat with the most features I have reviewed so far. It are all small things, but in my opinion it can justify a higher price for the set. For the options, Next Level Racing has you covered too. There are various options available for your rig, like caster wheels, a display stand or keyboard holder, but the most important one, the cup holder, is missing. Nonetheless, you have the choice to expand your rig significantly. There is much to like about this chair. With a price range of €450 to €550, you get a very stable and well-equipped rig that can be used in both a GT and Formula mode, which is not that common amongst rigs, so the price does seem to be justified for me. However, the seat is the thing that bothers me most. There are plenty of rigs out there that look much better. I know it is aesthetically, but yeah, it does play a role, I think, how a rig looks, and this one, it doesn't do it for me. I find the seat very poorly made, with the removable cushions and missing of a handle operated backrest. But on the other hand, I can understand why they designed it like this, because of its dual GT and Formula function. For GT drivers, I think there are rigs out there with the same or a lower price range that offer a better seating area than this one. A side note here too is that in Formula mode it can be a bit of a struggle with getting your feet in the rig for taller people. For my limited height, it was still manageable. The configuration is also very limited on the fly. Without the ability to change the height of the wheel deck and pedals, this seat is meant for one person. Also, forget to quickly adapt your frame from GT to Formula mode and vice versa. It is meant to be set up once and stay like that. All things considered, I think this seat is really one of the best out there for Formula 1 drivers at a price that won't break the bank. And although I have issues with the seat, for many that don't mind the aesthetical part, they will find a stable and relatively comfortable rig. Thank you all for watching. Leave a free like or a comment if you have something from this video, and consider subscribing to this channel to see more reviews. I will see you all next video.